I just thought that I would like to talk about the book that I just finished, which was concerning my daughter, because I just literally finished it this moment and it's still fresh, and I thought it was such an amazing book. It's from the perspective of a mother whose daughter is a lesbian, who's been living with her girlfriend for 7 years, and because of some financial issues, they have to move back into the mother's house. I mean, they ask and they also pay rent. And at the same time, the mother is working as a nurse, kind of like a carer in a nursing home. And she's taking care of this old woman, Jan, who's who has dementia and who all throughout her life did activist work and helped kids in poverty get out of poverty and has no family. And so the mother just cares for her, and she really realizes that no one in the facility cares for any of the patients actually. I mean, they let them live in very bad conditions all because of money. They don't want to spend extra money on diapers and stuff like that. And at the same time, her daughter is not working because she's a university teacher, a professor, and one of her friends, who's also a professor, has been fired because she's a lesbian. And so her daughter is protesting this unfair treatment. And it's, I don't know, it was just such a wonderful book. I mean, the way in the beginning, and I mean, I think until like the 70% mark, the mother really is vile and hostile towards her daughter and her girlfriend. And then, as she goes through this thing with her patient, Jen, she starts understanding her daughter more and more. And at the end of the book, I wouldn't say it's like a complete happy ending, but there's an understanding that she has, that she tries really hard to have, and that she knows in her mind that she's wrong in things about her daughter and the way she treats her daughter, and she knows that she needs to change in order for her not to lose her. And I thought that was very beautiful. And I liked the way it was written, kind of like a stream of consciousness from the mother. So, yeah, I would rate this book a 5 star out of 5. I don't know what, like, I don't know who I would recommend it. I think to girls with mommy issues like me. I think the last book I talked about was concerning my daughter, and then I read Mysterious Skin, and now I just finished some days ago The Women, or no, it's The Woman Running in the Mountains, and I wanted to talk about them both because I want to put them in the like overall what I read this month, these weeks video. Mysterious Skin, I saw the movie some time ago. I think I saw it twice. I know everyone said it's like a movie that you cannot watch more than once, but I really love both Neil and Brian, and I love the storyline. It's very special to me, so I rewatched it, and then I read the book, and it was just as good as the movie. I think the book was a little better actually because it was more detailed and it was wonderful, and I loved it. And then I read The Woman Running in the Mountains because it's by the same author who wrote Territory of Light, which was so refreshing. I read it like I, s- I think I still lived in Italy, so some months ago. And in the beginning, when I started The Woman Running in the Mountains, I thought I was gonna like it less than The Territory of Light, but I didn't. By the end, it was really wonderful, and she writes about being a mother in such a special way, and the scenery too, and the Japanese cities that her books play in, and the seasons. I mean, this book was, I think, the duration of a year or even more. So there was like a very hot summer and then the cold winter, and I really loved it. It's about, I didn't say what Mysterious Skin was about. Mysterious Skin is about two boys who used to go to the same middle school, or like a middle school football team. They played on the same team, no basketball. And they are both the victims of their basketball coach, but they live very different adult lives. And then their paths meet again. And then The Woman Running in the Mountains is about a single mother who lives with her mom and her abusive father and her brother. And she's 21 years old and she gets pregnant by this random guy and she decides to keep the baby. And her mother is telling her get an abortion all the time. Even when she's 6 months pregnant, the mother every day just tells her you need to get an abortion. And then she gives birth to her baby, and it's just her relationship with her baby and her everyday life, basically. She gets different jobs and how she feels in them, and then at the end she finds a job that she really enjoys, and she meets a guy who she talks to about their kids, and she feels like they have this very special bond. um Serious Skin, if I had to recommend it, I think I would recommend it to victims of CSA, and especially if you have issues with invalidating yourself because you don't remember certain things, or if you, I don't know what YouTube lets me say, but basically, like if you have issues with hypersexuality, I think both Neil and Brian are very good representations of being a victim and how it affects your adult life, your life in general. And then mm, The Woman Running in the Mountains, I think I would recommend it to you if you need to calm down a little bit in your life, and if you need to just sit down with a book that still makes you think, but it doesn't cause you to lose your mind in a way, or it doesn't upset you, because it really is not upsetting. Um it's just peaceful in a way, even if the things happening to the protagonist are not amazing. The tone of the book, I think, really calms you down. It calmed me down. Um and yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching. Bye.